Welcome everybody to the All Stars and Stripes Heroes Connection meeting. You are in the right place. This meeting is for military, veterans, first responders, their families, or anybody who wants to do business to business networking with us or just to support us in doing business. So for the next 50 something minutes here, we start each meeting with a moment of silence, and then we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, a national anthem. I'll tell you a little bit about what the scuttlebutt.club is and how to use it to invite members or sign up to be a spotlight speaker. And then we will have our business briefs. Everybody will get 60 seconds to tell us about yourself, your business, how we can help drive business your way, whatever you want to use that 60 seconds for. Santa Papa John is usually our timer. Is Santa Papa John here? Let's see.
He's here.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you'll just watch Santa Papa John's timer, and there'll be a pretty little music at the end if you go over your time. Just wrap up if you hear that music. And then we have a hero highlight, which is going to be part of our spotlight speakers presentation today, which will be Rick Kram. I'm looking forward to that. And then we end each meeting afterwards with the inspirational thought and announcements and reminders. So we are going to start with the moment of silence. And now, if you are able to stand, this is a good time to do it. We will. Oh, you know what? I am not sure if I shared my sound. So let me share my screen again. Nope, I sure didn't. Go. Here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now please stand for the national anthem. This is one of my oldies and one of my favorites. A lot of people seem to like this one, so here we go. If you haven't seen it, it's a treat.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red heavens bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The best is yet to come.
We don't get political here except for that one. All right. So the scuttlebutt.club is if you go to that website, There is a Zoom registration link. Be sure to tell people that they need to use the email address that they set up their Zoom account with, not their alignable account. Uh, Otherwise, it won't work and they'll have problems. So, we do have our meeting agenda on there. There's also a link to our YouTube channel, our alignable group, and our Facebook group. And I encourage everybody to go and to follow those groups and to like the posts that you see. Also, there is a spotlight speaker form that you will see. I don't know if you can see my little cursor right here. Click on that. When you sign up to be a spotlight speaker, it doesn't automatically schedule you. It sends me your information and then I will get you on the schedule. But I encourage you, when you pick out the dates, that you pick as many dates as you possibly can. And that helps me to be able to schedule you easier. Also, there's a link there to schedule a one-to-one with me. And if you scroll down on that page, I am going to be working on a directory for our group so that you can have your information included there.
Awesome.
Now I am going to stop sharing and turn this part of the meeting over to our faithful co-hosts. Oh, we've had a lot of people pop in since I was sharing my screen. Our co-host today is going to be Terry. Terry, you want to take it away?
Sure. Hopefully my voice will hold up. Anyway, well, I hope everybody had a great weekend. Happy Monday. And so if you're new here, what we do is we just ask that you tell us who you are, what you do, and how can we serve you by offering you referrals. So I'm going to start with Missy.
Hi, I'm Missy Newman, owner of Coyote Bookkeeping. I'm a Navy veteran. And if you think you don't need a bookkeeper, you are probably wrong, but I would be happy to talk to you for a free consultation. I've put my contact information in the chat, and I can help you out to determine whether you need a bookkeeper or not. And that's it.
Okay. Well, according to Santa, you have 35 seconds. Do you want to say anything?
I, I could put y'all all to sleep talking about bookkeeping.
Where are you from, Missy?
I am from Alvin, Texas, which people usually say, where is that? And it's halfway between Galveston and Houston on the south side of the state, right along the coast.
Okay, great. All right, let's go with Mary Ann.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm feeling a little weird. I'm not the co-host today. That's kind of interesting. One of the things I've noticed is that most people today are looking to improve their health and spend less money. Does that resonate with anybody? Yeah, probably. Okay. Well, the reality is most families are already spending way too much. It's just spread across grocery stores, big box stores, independent sellers, online orders, Amazon. And most of the time, the products are not as good as they think they are, or as effective, or as safe, or as fresh. I show people how to just redirect the money they're already spending and get discounts, savings, an extra $20 of free money just because for their first 5 months of shopping, and get better, safer products. On average, I save people between $100 and $500 a month, depending on what they're already spending today. So if you know somebody who's looking to spend less and get more, I'd love to have a conversation with them.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Let's go. Uh-oh, Natalie's off camera. Natalie, can you come on camera? She may have taken a phone call. There she is. And there she went. Trying to get my mouse to work here. Uh, okay, nice to see you all today. It's a beautiful day in Michigan. It's 70. I just got back from a beautiful walk. Love to say hi here today. I was thinking, I was reading an article about how do you define wellness? And some people think it's being physically strong, something feeling good inside and out. Sometimes some people feel it's financially secure. That's a different sort of look at things. environmentally conscious. I can help you feel healthy. I can help you be healthy. I can help you feel better. I am a Shaklee ambassador and I love sharing nutrition, botanical skincare, and non-toxic cleaners for the home. And if you know somebody looking for income, we can work with that too.
Thanks, Natalie. Okay, let's go with Dr. Pat.
Hi, everybody. I am Dr. Patricia Rogers, and I'm a visibility strategist, and I am the CEO of Unity in Service. And at Unity in Service, we assist entrepreneurs by elevating your brand, and we do that through podcast interviews and powerful virtual in-person networking events. Our motto says it all: you speak while Unity in Service fills the seats. And I want to leave you with this. Remember, people do not fail from a lack of desire, but people fail because of a lack of commitment. I'm dropping my information in the chat for an upcoming event that we are hosting on March the 20th, and we are combining our platforms with Jeff Klein, and it is also Mr. Phil Harrington and Women's Prosperity Network. So we want to bring all of our attendees and speakers a bigger, wider audience. You walk away with email list of over 50 attendees, 50 new leads, as well as a copy of the replay. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Hey, thank you. All right, let's go with Janet.
Hi, everybody. I'm Janet Hudson. I'm an Air Force veteran who got really sick after Desert Storm, being over there 8 months in Saudi. And I was always looking for natural ways to heal, and I found my solution. So now I ask people what their why is. What hurts you? Is it your sleep issue? Is it your energy? Is it just the aches and pains that you wake up every day that you didn't used to have in your 20s and 30s? We help do that through a technology patch that actually elevates your own stem cell production to help you get better. And I had such great results with all the issues I had that I couldn't stop talking about it. So 4 years later, here we are still with LifeWave, telling people how to actually reverse their aging process and feel better in the process.
Awesome.
My time. And it's just great to see y'all. I'm sorry I haven't been here. It's been kind of crazy busy.
Sorry I didn't let you in right away either. I've been on here for a while due to sickness, so I'm like, I don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing. But anyway, I'm figuring it out. Kurt, let's go with Kurt.
Woo, that's a slogan I could get used to. Let's go with Kurt. Who is Kurt? I'm a renegade maverick, a son of a gun. I work with you to do whatever it takes to get it done. I'm a podcaster, folks, and I like to get your message out there to the world of people that I know, out to my network, a little exercise that I call making sure that everybody that I know knows you. We get out there in video production on all the social medias for LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, X Spaces, and more. And it's a general marketing assistance. I love marketing through technology and events. And we make a real event out of our podcast. You're the show, folks, to share who you are, what you do, your products, your services, your business journey, anything personally you like to share. And we also like to have a little fun because what's fun gets done. So, yes, you can even talk about the skeletons in your closet. Ha 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 ha. Back to you.
Yes, and whoever had not been on his podcast before, I was one of the guests, and it was a lot of fun. Yes, and we got the job done. So I highly
Thanks,
encourage you
Dave.
to do that. Okay, let's go with Jim.
Man, I have to follow Special K. Oh man! So my name is Jim Paconin. I have been on Kurt's podcast. Love his podcast. If you have not been on there, you should go. It is simply amazing. And I'd give you. I'm gonna give you. Okay, perfect. So I'm a life architect. I am a men's coach, and at the core of what I do is I process trauma and I assist men to put the trauma behind them, understand how they create this experience of life, and through that, they create a life that's filled with courage, clarity, and conviction moving forward. So, just started an online men's group Thursday night. So, Thursday night, it's free. And it's no therapy, no no bashing, but it is men being with men authentically. So Jim Paconin, life architect with amazing life design. And my father is a veteran.
Thanks, Jim. All right, Rick, do you want to give us a sneak peek of what you're going to talk about?
Very, very briefly, so there's more time for each of you. I'm Rick Kram, a resilience coach, a strategic communications advisor, and author of Plan to Be Your Best as You Navigate Pain. It's about resilience with more to follow. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. Okay, let's go with Mike.
Well, there I am. If you can see me, ta-da, that's what I do. Well, I should
Thanks,
say
you got-
something. I am a speaking coach. I ought to say something, right? I got my start in the Marines in public affairs, and I don't know why they chose me with my New York accent to read the promotion warrants on the first of every month. And to all shall see these presents, greeting. Know ye that reposing special trust and confidence in the fidel. I could read the whole warrant, but I only got a minute. That was my start in the world of public speaking, not knowing I'd meet up with so many great people in this online business space. And no matter what business you're in, you are in the business of promoting your business. You are the face and voice of your business. A lot of services you can delegate. In fact, the definition of being in business is to delegate a lot of ancillary services, but you've got to give the presentation, and that's where I come in. We work together to craft a world-class presentation. Contact info in the chat, including my upcoming workshop. It's a paid event. More details in the chat, and I'm waiting for it. I want world peace for everybody, including the little children. I can't get enough
Boy,
of
have
that.
I missed this group.
You bet you did.
All right, let's go with Chad. Chad.
Yeah,
Chad,
hi
are you there?
everybody. I'm here. Hi everybody. I'm Chad, retired Master Sergeant in the Marine Corps. Uh, Spotlight speaker last week, so you all know I do websites and different types of videos and stuff like that. But today I want to highlight a new product that I'm doing. It's called Pitch. And if you use Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Google Meet, GoToMeeting, any of those, Pitch blows them out of the water. It's like all of them on steroids with Pitch. I've got my information in the chat. And yeah, if you looking for something, a better site to do your online meetings, get a hold of me and I can help you out.
Okay, thanks, Chad. Okay, let's go with Joe.
Hi, Joe McKenzie, Brooklyn, New York, Navy vet. You put it where it hurts, it works. I relieve all pain naturally, native to the human body. Short and sweet.
Thanks, Joe. Okay, let's go with George.
Hi, everybody. My name's George. Rapsowitz is how you pronounce the last name. Born and raised in New Jersey. I enlisted in the Marine Corps, did 10 years, got wounded. My last tour was the Battle of Fallujah, November 2004, the second tour, Iraq. I do insurance. I'm a property casualty agent. I'm licensed in 15 states. Anything from homeowners, personal auto to commercial. I do a lot of commercial business. I'm also a HUD React certified inspector and a 203K consultant. So I do a lot of commercial property inspections for HUD. I'm the owner of Always Faithful Insurance Agency. I have my doctorate in business, my electrician's license in the state of California, and I like to keep up with the industry, especially with my insurance business. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Okay, let's go with Greg.
Excuse me. Hello, Greg Boone here. I offer a portfolio of services, ACN, impact health sharing, and I am mostly focused on the company More Mito with its product Pet Life. And I am passionate about helping people and their pets stay healthy and be healthy. And I am on a mission to help rescue horses from slaughter. Thank you.
Wow, that's awesome. I admire you for that.
Thank you.
Santa, I'm not gonna skip over you today.
Too many buttons to click here. Hey guys, how we doing? It was an awesome weekend. We got some warm weather in Minnesota and we got a little bit of snow coming, but that's okay. That's what Minnesota's all about because we just say Mother Nature's off her meds. Hey folks, I hope I found a new tool today. If you haven't checked out Opus Clips, if you make long videos and you want to find short videos, I tried a couple different ones. Opus Clip is now my new go-to app for creating shorts for YouTube. So, folks, check that one out. Hey, guys, what does Santa Papa new lips just trying them out. What does Santa Papa John do after Christmas? Well, it's one of those days. I'm a storyteller, and storytelling is becoming such a lost art, and I want to read stories to your family. But we can't forget about the Warriors Beacon of Hope for our veterans. Thank you all for your service, compiling a list of services, scholarships, and meetings. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go with Richard.
Well, thank you, everyone. It's been a while since I've been on. I'm Richard Brooks out of Clarksville, Tennessee, and I am currently helping people with funding. And in funding, there's all different types, business owners, and some of the ones that people may not be aware of. There's revenue-based funding, there's credit score-based funding, there is accounts payable-based funding. And also, I'm reaching out to coaches and other businesses that are trying to provide funding to their clients. So that's some of the things I do. I'm also an ambassador on Lineable. I run 3 different groups on Lineable, and I help train people. And it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Richard. All righty, Ruben.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Ruben Carrillo. I spent 7 years in the Army Guard as a medic. I represented Pfizer Pharmaceutical on the West Coast, moved to the Midwest, got involved in ophthalmology, so I called an eye surgeon for 34 years and retired. What I'm doing now is creating memories through my artwork. I paint with veterans. They paint to heal. I paint to market. So I try to show them how to promote their artwork on Instagram. Right behind me is an example of an idea that I had 2 evenings ago at a restaurant. This lady has a restaurant. She lost her dog, Lucy. It was in the woods or whatever. Well, they finally found Lucy, okay? So what I did is I designed this particular logo for her. She's going to put it in the back of her Jeep, where the wheel is in the back. So that's what Lucy's going to be. It says, "Where is Lucy?" She's at the Parkside Grill. That's their restaurant. So, guys, if you want brand identification, if you want a fresh popping thing that maybe could tell people who in the heck you are, reach out to me and I'll show you how to develop it. Remember, if you don't like where you are, what you are, move. You're not a tree. Thank you.
That's a beautiful painting, definitely, of Lucy. Okay, well, I guess it's my turn. So anyway, hi everyone. I am someone that can help you remove limiting self-beliefs, what's going on in your life or what's gone on in your past. So I am Terry Moore. I'm a certified transformational coach. I am a national and international speaker, published author, and I am also a subject to my life story of Blessed Beyond My Scars, which is going to be released very soon. And so I'm very excited about that. My best referral for me is if you know of a church or an event planner that can help get me on stages. I do not pay to speak. I only do speaking engagements where I get paid. So I'm looking for information for that, and as well as anyone that wants to come to my workshop on April 23rd. I put it all in the chat. It's for women only. I'm so sorry, men. But this is Women Empower Women. So this is a night that there'll be like some life changing going on. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to our fearless leader, Miss Angela.
Thank you so much, Terry. Great job co-hosting. And I am Angela Nelson with Starship Solutions, and I am a financial educator with WealthWave is one of the things I do. I'm also a Legal Shield associate. So I help people in a lot of different ways. But you all can help me today I put in the chat, I'm part of a challenge that a group of other agents in my brokerage have been given this challenge by our mentor to use this tool that we have called Shop Your Term. You don't have to buy anything, don't have to sign up for anything, you don't even put your name in it, but just go in. I put the link, and if you would please do me the favor, go on there, play with the numbers, find a quote that looks kind of cool to you, and forward it over to me. You can request a PDF to be emailed to yourself and forward that to me. I've got my email address in there. It's teaching me, showing me we have over 300 companies on our platform people can get term insurance to. So please help me out with that. I appreciate it. Let me share my screen here. Some of y'all have already helped me. Thank y'all very much. And all right, so today our hero highlight is by Rick Kram, which is going to be part of his presentation, Plan to Be Your Best as You Navigate Pain. Rick is just a huge inspiration to me, as I also have had to navigate pain in my life and continue to. And we can all learn a lot from Rick. So I don't want to take up your time speaking to us. Santa Papa John, can you put, let's see, can you put 17 minutes on the clock for Rick? And Rick, I'm going to let you take it away from here.
Very, very good. Thank you so much, Angela. Hello, everybody. First of all, for those of you who have served or have someone in the family, your family that served, like my father who was in the Marines, thank you for your service. How many of you, when Greg was sharing of his introduction, it stood out when he used the word mission. I can't help but think that each of us are on our own particular mission. Um, and isn't it interesting how much energy comes from first identifying your mission and everything you put into it to breathe life into it? There's energy that comes from that. That's actually part of what it looks like to plan to be your best as you navigate pain. There's a lot of energy that comes from understanding your mission. Mine is to equip and encourage people to plan to be their best as they navigate pain, and, to the point when they get to feel so whole and understand what it means to identify their own resilience and be on a path to grow it, that in turn it multiplies. There's a forward aspect to it. They become on a mission to not only strengthen their resilience, but also encourage others to plan to be their best. There's one particular woman who reached out to me, and I think it's been about a year and a half since we were together, and Angela gave me this chance to introduce to you the Plan to Be Your Best concept. There's a woman who called from California who said, "I've had a total knee replacement as I've had in the year 2000. My sixth knee surgery was a total knee replacement. The seventh surgery in 2019, which has left my knee in a state of trauma, was a partial revision of the knee replacement." But she called and said, "It's been a year. I'm in so much pain. And someone said, you might be able to help me. How do I deal with this pain? The doctors don't have any solutions. And oh, by the way, I'd like to take whatever you can share with me and help." I've got about 4 or 5 really close friends who are also in a lot of pain. That actually gets to the heart of what Plan to Be Your Best and my mission is. And there's something natural that happens when you and I work on our own unique resilience. We get to a point where we're thinking of how we can even do more than model for other people what that looks like. Angela, I'm going to try to share my screen. I've got a few slides to walk us through. And where did that go?
Yeah, be sure if you have anything with sound that you click the sound button.
Very good.
If not, don't worry about it. But
nothing actually.
yeah,
Very good. No sound except for your own sound. Think of a time in the past week or the past few weeks when it felt like all of a sudden you are being tested. And so much more is piling on, and you feel the weight of it, maybe even feel overwhelmed. As you wish, either in the chat tool, rate yourself on how resilient you felt when you were last being tested on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being very resilient, 1 feeling as though, gee, I just didn't have the resilience that I needed in that moment, which actually to one particular point, it's not that you weren't resilient, but it's that you're exhausted and perhaps feeling overwhelmed. Go ahead and add to the chat tool. What number comes to mind? Janet, thank you very much. 8. Sometimes we might feel like, gee, I'm being tested by this and it's being challenging. Terry, thank you very much. 8. Sometimes when we're overwhelmed, we can be so distracted by what's overwhelming. And yet what I'd love to leave with you, thank you, Joe, and Greg, 9 and 7, that's really good. That just as we might feel overwhelmed in the moment, resilience also happens in the moment. And that's to a great extent what Plan to Be Your Best, Resilience When Life Demands More is all about. One first aspect of Plan to Be Your Best I want to introduce you to are the 3 steps of resilience. Tune in, plan, and be your best. And I may have shared these with you about a year and a half or so ago. Often, and if any of you know pain, and some of you do, hopefully you're not in pain right now, but you can understand how there's that tempest, that swirling storm of thought, emotion, and more pain. For example, since the 7th surgery on my left knee, I experience dozens of times a day instant blasts of agony in different parts of the knee. Over time, there are over 20 different pain sensations I'll experience. And all of a sudden, that blast of pain hijacks my focus, saps my energy, and especially the more and more blasts I have, the more I can actually feel as though my sense of hope is being extinguished. Can you relate to that? And so, how to win back your focus and spark new positive energy and hope for moving forward. That's one of the ways that these 3 steps of resilience works to basically tune into what you need and then think through what you're, and actually, I'll just pause there for a second. How many of you, when you're feeling overwhelmed or in pain, go ahead and add to the chat tool, what do you need most? What first comes to mind? Sometimes what's needed is a break from the pain, to be sure, but maybe there's something in the mental journey or the emotional journey that can be especially what really needs to be um, addressed. The more we understand what we need, then we can take that into the second step of planning, thinking about the options. And one of the ways that this serves helpful is that as one more intentional step. Now you're really winning back your focus, what you're putting your thoughts on. And when perhaps in a moment where everything seems out of control, such as when pain strikes, now we're thinking about what do we have control over? What new thought might you ask? And what new emotion might you choose? What action might you take? A lot of Jack Daniels seems to help. I can understand that, George. Prayer, absolutely, or thinking in terms of, for example, one of the things that works well for me. I particularly love margaritas and gin and tonics, but there are 2 things that always really work for me. I'm curious to know what works for you. So Terry writes, rest, massage, questioning if my emotional tank is empty or half full, for example. Absolutely. Gratitude, choosing to think in terms of something I'm grateful for, immediately helps me win back my focus even that much more and spark new positive energy. It's almost as if when I'm thinking about something I'm thankful for, I'll actually not only not think about the pain anymore, but I'll feel, and I do this, I've had a lot of practice at it, the muscles in my neck where I hold my tension and in my shoulders, I can feel them relax. There's one particular time I was driving to see a client and I had a tremendous plastic pain. Most of them are 7, 8, 9, or 10, or sometimes what even feels like more than 10. And it just floored me. But I immediately thought of something I'm thankful for. And I literally and genuinely thought, I'm thankful for the scars, all 13 of them. For without them, I wouldn't know the man that I am now. And I immediately felt my shoulders relax, my neck relax. And I found that the more, as a trained caregiver now for over 25 years, and as a resilience coach, or even when I'm consulting organizations to help them with resilient messaging, the idea of taking control over what you can and doing it with a sense of gratitude changes everything. And in effect, the third step is be your best, to follow through on it, to actually, if it might be have that drink or have that massage, but if it's a new thought, a new emotion, or some new action, when you do follow through on it, that's not only what it looks like to be your best, but it's that kind of intentionality that is so powerful. So, and here's that word. I'm going to share this thought with you. Is my screen showing okay, Terry? The lesson, especially through the fourth, fifth, and sixth surgeries on my left knee, level of pain or pressure, whatever it might be, must be matched by the level of intentionality. And it begs to ask, so how do I be more intentional? If I've lost my focus, and maybe if I've lost my energy, I'm feeling exhausted, like my tank isn't full. It begs the question, how do I be more intentional? When I was first asked to develop the Plan to Be Your Best framework by the Federal Home Loan Banks for their leadership conference for their top 50 managers, I ended up addressing with coming up with these 8 paths of intentionality: prepare, listen, accept. Take a screenshot of this if you'd like. And I'll invite you later to join me for a free resilience planning conversation, something that's entirely complimentary. It's all about connection and encouragement and thinking of how I can actually serve you and encourage you. Now, bold, encourage, which is about encouragement, serve and triumph. Prepare, I'll just share this with you. The essence of it is all about your identity. Sometimes when pain is and pressure is overwhelming, we can get to a point. And have you ever heard yourself think, or have others shared with you, I don't know who I am, and I don't know what to do about it. It's a very common symptom, if you will, to what might be overwhelming. And so let me ask you this. When you're most recently challenged by something that was overwhelming, which one of these might resonate with you? Listening more, being accepting of your circumstance more, the being the now path of intentionality is about how to make use of the moment. Bold is not about being loud, it's about being assertive and taking action. Share, if you will, in the chat, which one of these might have resonated with you in your last. The question, Natalie, thank you very much for this. Did I overdo? Am I feeding my body and what it needs to cope? In effect, thank you very much for that. In effect, the 8 paths of intentionality feed you with wisdom. These are paths that you can keep going back to based on how your needs might change. The level of overwhelm might vary. And I'm here to answer any questions that you've got for this. Serve others and encourage them takes my mind off the issues. That is so insightful, Janet. There is wisdom, and it's part of the reason why I'm doing this, to take my years of experience, decades as a strategic communications advisor, as a trained caregiver, to be a resilience coach. The more I encourage others, the more it flows right back to me. It's neuroplasticity at work. And if I may, this would be a nice segue, if I may, Angela, to say now, make a comment about who the heroes are. Is that okay? So I'm going to say to each of you, you're the hero. You have in you two innate qualities. One, to perpetually work on your resilience. You've got a resilience based on virtually everything you've experienced in life up to this point. And the beauty of neuroplasticity is that you've got the ability to continue to nurture it, to grow it, to strengthen it, to refeed it over and over again. In a way, that's an act of resilience. And you've got this innate ability in you to be your best. And when you are, you're a hero because you're modeling for others in a world filled with an awful lot of pain. They need models like you. So if I may, you're the hero. You're a light that shines. So I want to encourage you because when you understand your resilience, set yourself on a path to strengthen it and practice it over and over again. That's what it not only looks like to plan to be your best as you navigate whatever resilience is demanding more of you, but it shows you get to a point where you realize that your best is greater than the pain. So let me actually share this last point with you in the minutes I've got left. When people strengthen their resilience, they naturally start helping others become steadier too. Just like that woman from California who called and it was in her first questions to me, how do I do this? And how do I take what I learn and help the people who mean the most to me? The part of my mission is to do exactly that, to help people get to a point where they feel whole enough and become uniquely equipped to actually share what they know, to encourage others who need the kind of support that and encouragement as only you can provide it. So let me see if I've got one or two more quick questions I'd love to ask you as we wrap this up. Uh, what does resilience mean to you? Perhaps one word in the chat tool, if you would, or maybe a short phrase. What does resilience mean to you? Some people in my podcast will say, for example, it means when you're down, get up. Diana Fritz, who lost her left eye to cancer, said, resilience to me is looking for opportunities, the opportunities to take what I've learned through my adversity and find ways of helping others. There's that multiplier effect that I talk about, is to push through, Chad, yes. To the grit, yes. In fact, grit is something that Deb Creer used as an acronym to describe how to be more resilient. A lot of people will use, and each of us have our own vernacular, if you will, our own language. A lot of people talk about, and a lot of my friends will say, keep up the good fight, Rick. It's been over 6 years, my dealing with daily pain. And I will tell you, I've been recently, my resilience is tested all the more. A little over a week ago, the night of the 28th of the previous weekend, I had a stroke. And I'm bouncing back for that and finding that I've never been more challenged, but I've never been more resilient. And the idea of taking that and always learning from it is key. So the idea of instead of fighting, what I do, and I'll conclude with this, and I want to encourage you, don't fight the pain. Trade the fight for flow. It's one way to find that your best is greater than.
Rick.
That was
Rick. Excellent presentation. I want to share something with you. You hit it right on the head. I'm going to be 83 in July. Okay. 3 months ago, I was diagnosed with GERD. That's where the LSE, the little rascal down in your esophagus, starts working and you get all of the acid up to your throat. Okay. Guess what blessed me? My mother-in-law was 103 years old. We celebrated her birthday in a nursing home. They asked me to sing karaoke. I sang karaoke. Now they want me to do it on a regular basis. So to get in shape for that singing, I bought this little device. It's called a breather. I do my exercise with it every day, and I look forward to that. And it's got my mind completely off whatever that was. Thank you so much, Rick.
Well, thank you very much, Ruben. To your point, that's you have a mission, and there's and it even comes across in how you share that. There's energy for you and your resilience in that.
That was an awesome presentation. Thank you so
Yes.
much. And you were such an inspiration. The fact that, you reached out to me, told me the first thing in your email was, I fully intend to do my presentation, but I had a stroke. And I was like, what? Just that you don't quit and that you take your pain and you turn it into your purpose. And I think that's amazing. I encourage everybody to have one-to-ones with with Rick, Kram, and find out how you can help one another. Go to his social media pages, like and share, just connect with him, uh, and I'm going to go ahead and try to wrap us up here so I can get back to where we can see everybody. I just want to say next week, I am not the spotlight speaker next week. Terry Moore is going to be our spotlight speaker next week. I will be the following week. So I didn't get a chance to change the slide, Terry. But if you want to be on our calendar as a spotlight speaker, please scan this QR code. And like I said, fill out all the information, and then I'll get in touch with you and let you know what date that I pick for you. Our inspirational thought that I'm going to end with is by Jim Rohn. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. So be sure to be working on your plan. Now I'm going to stop sharing here so that we can talk about announcements and testimonials. I want to thank everybody for coming today. Happy to see a new face, George. It's great to have you. Was this your first time here, George?
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
welcome.
Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you make some great contacts and that you come back next week to be with us. And I look forward to with you for a one-to-one.
Like Santa Papa John, that's pretty motivating.
Yeah. Did somebody in particular invite you today?
I think you did, or I joined the group on Alignable, which is that thing's a gold mine, man. That's a pretty nice app.
Yes, Alignable is great. I've made so many connections to Alignable.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody have any announcements? Terry, you said you put your information in about your event coming up in April, correct?
Yeah, I can share it real quick. So the title is Courage on Fire. And this is living your passion or living more of your life with your life and career, having more passion. I can't get the word out. We're going to talk about purpose-driven action, inner transformation, fearless expression, boundless inspiration, and so much more. I put the Eventbrite link in there. It's $20 for the hour and a half. You're going to have my expertise on you for that hour and a half. So I'm looking forward to it. If you invite one of your women friends, you will be entered in. You'll get another ticket to enter into the grand prize drawing. So anyway, yes, please register, sign up. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Any other announcements or testimonials?
Next, guess I'm on. Next Wednesday, the 18th, I'm going to be on Kurt's podcast.
Yay! Great. And Kurt, I saw your name pop up there a second. Was that the same announcement?
Well, in part, but an additional invitation as well. I put a Zoom link in the chat for Friday at 7 o'clock. We have Street Smart Success Possibilities to Prosperity with Robert Butwin. A tremendous opportunity, folks. If you have any time between 7 and 8 Central Time on Friday, I highly recommend it. a great Friday the 13th activity for you. Back to you.
All right. Okay. And then I know that Dr. Patricia Rogers had you had an event coming up, right?
Yes, I did. I put it in the chat earlier.
Okay, great. Any other networking meetings? Richard, do you still have your Saturday meeting?
Yes, I do. I have my ongoing Saturday Smart Connect every 4 o'clock Eastern in the Providing Solutions group on Alignable.
Okay.
What about Friday, Richard?
Currently, that's the only meeting I have that's every single week.
Okay.
In the other two groups, in the B2B group and in the coaches group, they're monthly, and I believe the coaches, I almost forgot this Thursday, the 12th at 4 p.m. Eastern, there'll be a Smart Connect in the Marketing and Networking for Coaches group.
Okay.
All right. Well,
and I forgot that I'll be on with Kurt on Wednesday.
Oh, yay. Everybody give a big smile and a big wave before I hit ending record. So.
Yeah, I want to take a